moment in the life where we just come to that moment where we know in ourselves, we just know that there's something that's more important than anything else. And it starts to move our life. And everything, all the coming and going, the disruptions, the challenging moments, everything that can arise is coming to be seen from this perspective. And so this calls for and demands a certain humility on the human level, meaning that the recognition that it's always the beginning. You know, I stay with that. I stay with that. It is always the beginning. But that doesn't mean that there's an arrival or an end. It's the freshness. Because this realization is not for a person, and it's not for anyone who can claim it or become anything. It's a deeper and deeper clearing out of all that, so that what truly is, I never stop coming to see for myself. And it never stops, you know, is the value, the crown jewels, the jewel, the diamond, I never stop coming to see, and especially in very ordinary goings on in the human experience, I can never stop saying thank you for knowing what I really am. And for honoring that over everything, over every grasping, every wave, every joy and every pain. It can seem so ordinary, because it is ordinary, and I never stop coming to see the absolute blessing of this life. To know a place in myself to rest. To know that when I rest in this place in myself, this place that is the core of myself, I am all existence. I am the whole existence, experiencing through an individual reality, which has its reality the same, but the difference of being able to always know this and always come to this is really the blessing of this lifetime. When this gets spoken of, this, and you know, it's like finding the crown jewels, really. And then when people hear that and they start wanting that, and they start trying to go to get that, and searching for self-realization, or trying to get, you know, the cake or the thing, you know, and because it's being expressed as such, like the crown jewels, then there's this expectation of what that would be like, if only if I can get that, what that would be like. And of course, these are the illusions that are created when we hear words and we give it an interpretation and we try to understand. And so we're looking for something. And when we come to see that there's just nothing here, you know, what do you mean? It's just like empty space in the room. Like, where's the crown jewels? You know, where? It's just empty space. What? You know, the most ordinary is overlooked. So it seems like it feels so easy to reveal, to point to reveal the true nature of every being, you know, what one is as a being, being aware of itself, direct. It feels so easy to point and reveal and provoke the recognition of that. The thing that I've come up to see over and over and over since the beginning of sharing this, or pointing to this, or playing the role of revealing this, is how that can often just be like, yes, but, and the value of that overlooked. Because there are things much more seeming important. And of course, those things are calling to be walked through. And of course, we're here to live out our human karma and unfolding and integration and undoing. And that's really the work that I offer, is to facilitate the walking of this recognition, this realization, through all the humanness. You know, that's what I have been with since the, whatever you want to call it the shift of perspective, call it what you want, call it awakening, call it whatever. But I've been with that, you know, like the living, walking as a living inquiry of integrating this human existence, no matter what, even when you're in the most like difficult, challenging moments. You feel up, you feel down, you feel joy, you feel pain, you feel this, you feel that, you go through all of this. Is all like a washing machine turning around, all the coming and going. Even if you think you're doing wrong, you're not, you know, you're down and you're not loving yourself, just trust deeper than that, that it's moving in the right direction, that it's going, that there's a listening within that. It's there for you to listen in, and you hear the guidance that is deeply, what is the whisper that's coming in within everything, within all of the moments of life not being as you would like realizing all the way through everything that comes up in this human experience. And that really never stops deepening. It just never stops deepening. And now we're in the birthing of a whole new paradigm, and it's part of this transition that is making us new as it kills off ways that we can't afford to believe in and hold on to. Life is not ever going to be what we imagined it was. the human being is changing into something else. Still, it will be called a human being, but it's a whole updated version. And for that, certain end of civilization and rebirthing and whatever we name it, it's not that, is revealing what's deeper than all of life and knows how to hold your head up when you fall. And I say that I am challenged. That is one of the reasons, if it needs a reason at all, that my sharing and my facilitating is very much inclusive of the challenges. There have often been challenging periods, and that is what has anchored me in the depth of this knowing. If it had been all kind of hunky-dory, it could be all different, you know. It's like that's what's been the anchor, really. If you don't have challenge, that's not a kind of a proof that you are all beyond it all. Do you know what I mean? It's the challenge and the contrast that actually roots you deeper in the depth of this knowing, because you're faced again with another level, and it takes you to another level. So I'm not, you know, I'm not one who's looking for a life without challenge. That's a kind of a ridiculous idea. And the contrast somehow is like the value of simplicity is revealed. So there are steps in this process where we have another opening and another level of recognition, and it's like another level of clearing out, and another level of clearing out, and the more that is, then what you're left with is the fullness of emptiness. And I've said it over and over, and many of you have heard me say it, and I will always keep that humility, because this needs humility, because the ego likes to come back around the corner and claim, you know, like claim a certain position, yet without the recognition that there is no arrival point. There is no arrival point. And the rug is pulled out again and again for another deep fall, for another opening of the ground, opening up underneath you, to just like find out that there really is no branch to hold on to. There's no branch to hold on to say, oh, now I got it, or there's no branch, you know. It's a free falling, ever deepening free fall into the mystery itself. The mystery reveals itself to itself.